Our friends withdraw from viscous fall, fallen heroes dragged away to safety. The blob pursues, but much too slow. Words and touch bring heroes back to life.
I hope that the phrase heebie-jeebie fingers not only returns, but also makes it into a song at some stage.
Say, come on and wiggle those fingers. They call the heebie-jeebies fingers. Yes, Greg's got the heebie-jeebies fingers. Our heroes leave but do conspire.
Well, it'll worth a shot.
To rest and then return in dice and desire.
We find ourselves back at the mouth of the cave. The cave where you nearly died. You're back to the scene of the crime. What are you going to do, you people?
Right, stealthy time.
In. Yeah.
I feel like we shouldn't go in here.
Krill, we promised the people of the town that we would find their friend, and whilst we are not always the most honourable men, this is a promise we should attempt to keep.
Krill grabs hold of his teddy bear and holds it up to the group and says, Mr. Mosey doesn't want to go.
Davov grabs him and just yeets him back out into the wild. He can stay.
Krill fetches Mr. Mosey and says, "Fine, we'll go." And then says to Mr. Mosey, "It's okay. I'll look after you." No, it's okay. I promise. No, it's okay. Don't be scared. I'll look after you. Okay.
What's good is our listeners. We've decided the name of the teddy bear, Mr. Mo, or you have off air. I don't think it's actually ever been addressed on the show. That his name is Mr.
I hold
Mosey.
up the teddy and go, "I'd like to introduce you all to Mr. Mosey. Everybody say hello to Mr. Mosey."
Hello, Mr. Mosey.
I walk around making sure that everybody shakes Mr. Mosey's hand.
As I shake Mr. Mosey's hand, can I try to pickpocket it, please?
Mr. Mosey doesn't have pockets.
Roll me a sleight of hand, please.
Just what? Do I have to
No,
can I not roll against this?
25.
You find 59 gold pieces
And a handful of stuffing. And an ear.
You find the hand of a half orc.
You weren't wearing a ring before, were you? Right.
Just using him like a puppet.
I'm gonna sneak in then, just into the entranceway, see what I can see.
Get ready to leg it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be taking small steps. I mean, I don't really have a choice. I'm a gnome, but
You've got dark vision, correct?
Yes.
Okie dokie. So as you re-enter the cave, you see some of the bodies of the slain, and over to the left of you, you see a pile of goblins, sort of piled up in one big mound of green messiness. Sort of just hacked away. You sort of recognise that these are the goblins that would have been firing at you from the night. One of the ogres is still where you left it. Ogre number 1, the he of the two, and that is all you currently see. But you do roll me a perception check.
6 plus whatever my perception is. +1, 7.
Okay. It's not a particularly good roll, but I think given the area they're in, the cave, there's a bit of echoing going on, and you can hear in Goblin someone sort of not shouting, but sort of talking with some sort of level of insistence, and a bit of grunting, and a few other sort of noises somewhere in the dark.
Am I close enough to hear as I speak Goblin?
Well, you and Mr. Mosey are still outside, so no, you can't hear anything just yet. But yeah, so and you don't. I don't believe you speak Goblin, do you?
No, I don't.
Daboff, no. So you just hear these sort of very guttural sort of noises. You can't really make up much in detail. You can just sort of hear something a little bit like goblinish. That's as far as you can hear at the moment.
Okay, I'm gonna sneak up to behind one of the stalagmites, and just see if I can see anything or pick up anything a bit more.
Are you hiding, or are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna sort of sneak over there as quietly as I can, and then hide behind.
Okay. Can you roll me a stealth check then, please?
That is 14.
Yeah. So you do that. That's fine. You sneak up and you sort of tuck yourself behind one of the stalagmites.
So you touch yourself behind one of the stalagmites.
Tucked.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we can't. It can be both.
Yeah.
Hopefully the podcast can hear the fireworks that are going off. If you can hear the small buzz going off in my house, I'm sure you can pick up that. So there you go.
Remember the 30th of November.
Daboff hears this loud, incessant banging going on, as if someone was celebrating something somewhere. Anyway, as you enter into the further into the cave and you sort of tuck yourself behind the stalagmite, you sort of peek round and you can you see a little bit more of what's going on, and you can't really make out really what's going on, but what you can see is one goblin surrounded by what appears to be giant rats. You can see sort of the corpse of the second ogre, and you can see sort of a goblin, another goblin this side of the ogre, and there just seems to be sort of a bit of sort of pushing and shoving and whatnot going on between the ogre and the goblin on the ogre. The ogre's not doing much of the pushing and shoving, being dead.
Yeah, a bit of a hindrance on the pushing and shoving, really, isn't it?
Yeah. It's rolling really poorly when it's strength checks at the moment. Got disadvantage.
Nice. I am going to use message, which is a cantrip. Can I see the guys back at the cave entrance still?
Yeah. Your dark vision is like 60 foot, is it?
Something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So you can turn back and you can see them sort of stood there in the doorway, brilliant, of a cave. Knock.
Nice, yeah. So I can basically point at a target within 120 feet, and that target and only the target can hear what I'm saying. So I'm going to point at Dweezil because I believe
you have to point at them.
Yeah, apparently it seems a bit weird.
Weird. What a weird little thing on that cantrip.
But I can cast it through solid objects if I'm familiar with the target. So I just point at a wall.
You communicate through your finger.
Yeah, but I'm going to point at Dweezil and just fill him in on the situation of what I see and what you've just told me. And then, being the intelligent one of the people that are left, I trust him whether or not to tell the rest.
The dad of the remaining group.
Yeah, the carer.
So yeah,
I think he can communicate back as well. I think. Let me just double check.
So what's it called?
Massage.
Yeah, message.
You point. You put your hands upon.
And he can reply in a whisper that only I can hear. So yeah, he can whisper back if he so desires.
Yeah, I think that Dweezil, the others will all think that something weird is happening as Dweezil starts talking to himself, and Dweezil whispers back to Daboff. Do you think that we should attempt a sneak attack?
I think we could give it a go. I don't see anything there that's particularly challenging. What did you say the one in the middle of the group was? Surrounded by the rats?
A goblin. But roll me, now you're a bit closer. Roll me another perception check.
Perception. That is 17.
17. Yeah, so he's a goblin, but he looks a little different. He's sort of dressed a little differently. He holds himself a little differently. You'd sort of, if you had to sort of put a bet on it, you'd say he was probably sort of the leader of these caves. He was sort of in control, or had some sort of control over the rest of the goblins and whatnot that were in this. Cave.
So I'll sort of relay back to Dweezil. There's one that looks a bit bit tasty, shall we say. But other than that, it's one goblin and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rats from what I can see.
I turn round to the others and I say, perhaps Dabov, myself, Greg, perhaps could attempt. We could attempt a first attack with the barbarians somewhat behind, and once we've surprised them, the barbarians could charge in. How does that sound?
Everyone with range attacks, I guess.
Did Dweezil relay to the group what the enemies were?
Yeah. There's a goblin, a load of rats, and then a snoblin.
Well, well, this would not be the first time that Dweezil and Quinch have ravaged a rat. Isn't that right, Dweezil?
I don't even know what that means. That might not even be sexual, but clearly it sounds.
It probably is. Let's face it.
Okay. So what are you doing then?
Dweezil is going to enter into the cave, skirting along this far wall, attempting to remain stealthy, giving signals like this to Dabov. Lots of hand movements that should probably have some meaning. Dweezil doesn't really know what the meaning is, though.
Are you okay? Can you roll me a stealth?
I can, yeah. That's a 17.
17. Yeah, you managed to do that. Yeah, the creatures up in the northeast, northwest, are very much preoccupied with what they're doing. Yeah, and so they don't notice you or Dabov sneaking into the cave. You also hear pretty much what. Can you speak Goblin?
No.
So you hear basically what Dabov hears. You just hear this sort of noise of these creatures, just sort of one of them barking orders or something along those lines to one of them. And how far are you away? You probably can't see much, can you? From there?
No, I wouldn't have thought so with all the stalagmites.
Weird that knowing I speak Goblin, there was no suggestion for me to come in.
Dweezil has realised the error in his plan, which was that perhaps Gregamel could form part of the stealth attack, which of course he can't because he doesn't have dark vision. So we don't want Gregamel coming in with a torch. So Dweezil beckons to the big green lad to join the stealth attack.
Just before that, I would say, obviously you with a bit of extra height and whatnot, being able to see through... I keep saying whatnot tonight, brilliant. You having a little bit of extra height on Dabov, you can maybe see us slightly more clearer. And it just, from your angle, it just appears like they're trying to push this ogre sort of into the cave, into like an opening up there.
Right.
Rather unsuccessfully.
I'm going to respond to your beckoning, and I'm going to sort of move up, and my aim is to sort of get to where Dabov is and almost crouch behind the body, like in the shadow of the body.
Gives us stealthy, please.
Oh, what does a 16 get me?
16. You know, Krill's like. He's a big guy, and you know he's a big guy, but he moves so daintily, and manages just to sneak up and chuck himself below or beside the ogre corpse, and still this group have just not seen any of you making your way into the cave. You see pretty much what Dabov has seen, which has been relayed to you by Dweezil. But you, obviously being able to speak Goblin, have an advantage in that you can understand at least the words, being that close that you can hear from them. And you just hear, "Get him in there, you fucking idiot! Keep pushing! If you can't do it, we'll have to cut the fucker." So yeah, it just adds, and obviously that voice you can tell is coming from the Snoblin as Dweezil has announced him. So yeah, pretty much just adding an extra flavour to it. You know, they're clearly just trying to get this ogre in through an opening, and he's just a big guy that won't go through.
Wow.
it's probably not hugely necessary for me to relay that information, so I'll keep that to myself, probably.
I was just thinking, since we have two people that don't have dark vision, is it worth trying to lure them back to the entrance so we can all fight them in relative light?
We have torches. We have torches, so we
are
able to see
ultimately,
it.
we don't have the opportunity to
Element of it.
discuss this if we're not metagaming.
No.
Yeah, I mean, if we're not metagaming, by this point, I think Greg would be wondering what was going on in the castle.
I will point at Dweezil again and do my cantrip and ask him what he thinks.
Greg's gonna light his torch and he's gonna make his way into the cave because he's had no like information relayed to him about not coming in.
Quinch follows and assumes that this is the torch bearing section.
Right, can I both have stealth rolls from you at disadvantage?
Absolutely.
Fucking hell.
Let's roll a
I
vomit
mean,
one
in
for that, I
fairness,
think.
we weren't told not to come in, so...
Yeah, I mean, the idea of stopping to discuss it in the situation we were in was bad.
That would be on disadvantage 3.
Mine with a disadvantage would be 12.
Okay. So as you walk in with your torches lit, the added light in the cave, I was going to say reverberates, but that's a noise. It reflects off of the water, it reflects off the glistening of the walls, and all of a sudden the goblins up in the northwest are aware that they're not alone, and the one that's sort of dictating the rules snaps around and sees you. More clearly, probably he sees Quinch and Gregomel because the other two are
Fucking
fairly
lit up
well
like
hidden.
Glow in the dark Christmas tree.
Well, there's the light and the fact that they're just stood in the middle of the floor, what are we doing here, lads? And he just looks at you and goes, "Oh, goody, some more food. We lost our little larder of food. Here's some more. Get in, boys." And with that, I'd like you to roll initiative, please. Right, so initiatives are in. Krill, you're up first. No surprise rounds on this. They spotted you because of Torchy Boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna move 15 foot to here, and then another 15 foot to there.
Okay.
I am gonna. Yeah, I don't know if I'm not ready to rage just yet. I don't really know how big this fight's gonna be. So let's just try and.
Have you got any rages left? Because this is still part of the sort of second day, so to speak.
Yeah, I had 3, so I've used 2.
2. Okay, right.
Actually, no, I used 1 when we were fighting the initial fight when we came in the cave.
Right.
And I've not used any since then. I didn't use any against the blob thing.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so I'm still not going to rage. I will just attack this rat.
Hang on, you would have raged when you had the original fight with the ogres and the goblins.
Yeah, that's the only one I've used, is what I was saying.
Oh, okay, you're not... Okay, right.
So I've got 2 left, but I'm not going to use one right now. I'm just gonna come straight down, overhead swing, great axe onto this rat.
Okay.
So 22.
22. Oh god, that hits.
D12. And then 12 damage total.
12 damage. Yeah, you swing at this rat. I mean, it's a giant rat. We're talking about a rat that's quite big. It's sort of dog-sized. But you know, you're a half-orc barbarian. These aren't going to cause you much problems, are they? At the end of the day, swing through, dead rat, gone.
I mean, you say that, in a minute we're going to get some turtles with fucking ninja skills jump out at us.
Lovely reference. Is that everything, Krill? I'm sensing a theme with Sam these days.
Yeah, I don't think I want to do anything else on that one.
Okay, cool. So with that, the goblin boss looks to he gets a little bit irate from the fact that you guys have come into his home. You've killed one of his pet rats, and he is going to launch a javelin at Krill because you're right there in front of him. There you go. Oh God, awful! No, he rolls a 4, which I'd imagine does nothing.
Fuck all.
Nothing at all. Yeah. I think that might be his only go. Let me have a little look. He can do just one of those. What he will do though is he will just back off a little bit. He's just gonna run away up here.
Oh.
I am going to open that up though, so don't worry, because you can't see that at the moment. Krill's moved up. So that is his turn done. Dweezil.
Dweezil will.
Dweezil will.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I was trying to see if I could line up some kind of swish. Javelin of lightning attack. What is unlikely? So.
What's the range on that? 60?
I've got it's 120, but it's getting a decent line of sight with a nice line on it.
Yeah, quite tough. You could get a couple of rats, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not wasting my javelin of lightning on a couple of rats. God, 5, 10. 5,
We've all said
10,
that
15.
at one point in our lives.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll probably. I wonder if it's feasible to try and scare the rats away with a bit of a minor illusion.
Bloody hell!
Right, Dweezil's gonna move up into the cave, north up into the cave. As he goes past the entrance to where he died, he's has a bit of a shudder to himself. 10, 15, 20. 25, 35, 10, 15, 20, 24. I'm going to cast my minor illusion cantrip right into the middle of where all the rats are. Now, Dweezil's racking his mind to try and think of something that rats are scared of.
Giant cat, innit?
It could be a giant cat. I'm thinking the Pied Piper of Hamelin. So Dweezil is going to The Dweezil, I'm going to get. It's nearly Christmas, so I'm going to channel a bit of pantomime, as the fabric of reality is woven from my words. Illusion warps percipience of existence, a spectre of a sound, imagination vivified, confounding those who tender their resistance. As Dweezil makes a sound, something along these lines. Into the middle of where all the rats are.
That's amazing.
Oh.
Krill goes, what the fuck was that?
Krill starts running towards it.
Yeah.
The rats look confused. However, the Pied Piper does not exist in this realm, and therefore they are not enticed by the noise. I mean, they're somewhat confused, and they're sort of, they've suddenly, they're jerking their head around to wonder where it is, but it's certainly not going to scare them away.
Didn't get the reference, did they?
No, it's quite weird when you're trying to communicate with animals that don't actually have the reference of pop culture that you do.
Yeah. I wonder if I'd have done the James Cagney, that you dirty rat. Do you think they'd have got that
Maybe. I'll tell you what. If you can go and find some rats now and play them the music, if they react to the music in the way that you thought, I'll let you have this. I'll let you have this go. I'll retcon the show if you can go and do that now.
I'll just get the bus into Manchester City Centre and go to one of the tram stations. They're overrun with rats.
Yeah. No, it was a lovely try. And do you know what? I'm going to throw you some inspiration for thinking outside the box.
Thank you.
But it didn't actually work. But I will throw that your way.
That's my turn.
Okay, Dabov, would you like to do something similarly pop culture related?
Yeah, if I could just quote some Quentin Tarantino films at them or something, that'd be really good. Why not? No, I'm going to.
No,
of course I'm not going to. Have I got a good line of sight on the guy that's trying to run away, would you say? Over all these stalagmites?
Probably not. I mean, what are you trying to do?
I was going to try and take an arrow shot, yeah.
I would say, given the amount of obstacles in your way, I'd probably ask you to roll disadvantage. You're talking about going past several stalagmites. If you were to move, what's your moving speed? 25?
25.
You could sort of move up towards where Dweezil is and try and get him from that sort of angle.
Yeah, I think I might actually. Because I've got, on my bow, I've got 80 feet range. I don't know why. But it's just in. But what I'll do...
I think is it a long bow rather than a...
No, it is a short bow. It just says 80 or 320 with disadvantage. I don't know if I've got like a perk or something, but...
Just looks like a long bow when he's holding it.
Yeah. Comically large, if anything.
Lovely reference.
So I'm going to move up to here and then try and take a shot. Okay. I think that's my movement.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, that's fine.
That is 15.
15 does not hit. He manages to dodge out the way of your bow, seeing it coming, so to speak.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to just hide behind this rock, to attempt to hide.
Okie dokie. I forgot to look at how hide works. I mean, bearing in mind they're sort of looking for you. We'll roll with it for the time being. Okay, Gregomel.
Well, Gregomel's just kind of walked in the cave and he's realised this is all kind of going on and it's all happening kind of simultaneously. So he's going to turn to Quinch and go, I thought we were meant to be stealthing in. Why are these guys making a ruckus?
I find it quite bewildering. Yes, I think one of them even played an instrument a minute ago. I don't understand what's happening.
Absolute amateurs. I thought we were with professional adventurers around here.
What's your guys' armour class? Just so I know.
I don't know why it's taken this many sessions to make this buddy cop pair. Like these two were built for each other. Carry on, guys. Fucking Dumb and Dumber.
He's stolen my friend already.
Well, fuck off back to your bear.
Wow.
Right. What are you doing, Greg?
Greg's just gonna kind of fly into the cave a bit more, I guess. So what we got? We got 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50? I can make it like here on my broomstick.
I say, old chap, room for a small dragonborn on there?
I mean...
Bit late now.
We could retcon it and say I could take you with me, and then I can only take 30 feet, though.
Oh, he didn't hear me. He's already gone.
You
can both go 30 feet, or you can just do the 30 foot on your own, Quinch.
Yeah. But then he could charge afterwards, so he could kind of help. No, screw it. I've left him behind. We're not retconning.
You've also left him in darkness.
No, I got a torch.
Yeah, I gave him a lantern last time.
And even if he couldn't see, he's going to see the firebolts that I'm going to start chucking at these rats. So,
wow.
I'm just going to chuck a firebolt at this one. Firebolt. Oh, I'm not, because technically speaking, I can't see that, I don't think. So,
too far away.
It's outside of my torch range.
Oh, yeah, your torch is only like 10
feet.
foot?
That's 30 feet, I think. I will double check that first now.
I thought torch... I think torch might be 20, actually, saying that.
Yeah, 30 would reach it, but...
Yeah, it's 20 foot. You're right.
20 foot. So that would be 1, 2, 3... Yeah, probably just at the outskirts of it.
I mean, I'm going to do it anyway, but do you want me to roll with disadvantage?
You please, yeah. You can probably just see this slight outline of a rat. So yeah, we'll go disadvantage.
Okie dokie. First one is a 21. Second one is a 19.
Yeah, they both hit.
Ooh.
But obviously only one of them hit.
No, you said both, so I'll go with both now. Damage wise, it's 1d10, so it's 2. I mean, very anticlimactic, really, wasn't it?
And that was the bottom one, yeah? That you hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it can see you and sees this firebolt arcing towards it, and it takes the damage, but it's still standing, and you might be surprised. So that's the end of your turn, yeah?
Yeah. I didn't get my rat burger.
Okay. You didn't get your rat burger. Okay, so rat number 1.
Krill just quickly says, I'd have hoped there'd have been less rats by the time it got to their turn. I feel a bit fucked.
So rat number 1 is going to attack Krill. You know, you're already in its range, and it's going to bite out at you with 17.
Yeah, it hits. Yeah.
Yeah. So you take 3 piercing damage.
Right.
Okay. Rat number, the one that's just taking damage
raged.
is too late, mate. Rat number 2 is going to move up to you and also attack you.
Excellent.
And the thing with rats is they have pack tactics, which means that when there is a non-hostile within 5 feet of the creature you're attacking, they get advantage.
Oh, sneak attacks.
A non-hostile.
Natty.
Oh right, yeah.
Natty 20, as in because there's another rat with you. This second rat gets advantage, and he's got a natty 20.
Critted him. Oh.
So we get 6 damage from that one.
Oh.
The other rats, though, how far can they move? Let's have a look. They can move 30 foot. Okay, so this one's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is going to move up to Gregomel, and is going to roll a 12.
Yes, that does hit.
Wow.
Oh, rats are cleaning house.
Wow.
That is 5 damage for you. 5 piercing damage.
Okie dokie.
And the top rat is going to follow, and he now gets advantage. 19 hits, and he gets 5 damage. Yes, 5 damage, piercing damage.
Should not have come back in this fucking cave.
So, rat number 3 is going to follow.
Oh, the blob's the worst thing in the cave. Oh, well, I didn't take a single bit of damage on the fucking blob.
6 can't quite reach, though. But the top one is going to go with the other ones. 1, 2, 3. He gets advantage. So he gets 20. Which hits. And that'll be another 3 piercing damage to Krill.
Excellent.
You are welcome.
I didn't mean it.
Now it's the goblin's turn.
Oh, yeah. More people.
Oh, poor barbarian. Oh,
Correct.
I like to hit things. I don't like to get
barbarian.
hit. I don't like to get hit. I like to get in fights where I can bully people. Come on, mate. So he's going to short bow you from distance. Oh, he's only natty 20'd you as well.
And as he fuck.
What a roll I'm having tonight. So that is 1d6 plus 2.
Do you want to borrow my armour?
Oh, 6 doubled, so that's 12. That's 14 piercing damage. Are you unconscious yet?
No, I'm still standing.
Imagine if you'd raged. And the second goblin that you've not interacted with is going to, from where he is going to go at, I think, Dweezil, from where he can see.
Whoa.
That's nice
with
of
his
him.
short bow. Let me just double check he's got the range on that. Yeah, 80 foot. So, and he rolls a 9, which I assume doesn't hit.
No, it doesn't hit.
No. Quinch. Probably stay where you are, mate.
Yeah,
Wait for
about leaving,
them
to be
getting
honest.
tired. Just wait until they're tired from beating up Krill. You might be the only barbarian left, mate.
Thank you for joining us on our adventures. Please subscribe and leave a review on whichever platform you listen to podcasts through. You can also find us on Instagram and Twitter at Dyson Desire, where we share behind the scenes bits and bobs, and we'd love to interact with you there.